Hello, I am Rebel, and in these series of videos, I have a goal of getting this Studebaker-built 1932 Rockne running. These videos are for entertainment purposes to keep my friends and family posted. If you learn something, great, but please note, these videos do not cover all points of safety. My dad is the cameraman, and he will stop me from doing anything too crazy.
Louder.
So we're going to put wax on the Rockne and do it in a circular fashion. I have been sitting on these nice bed sheets on the fender, and we had the idea of putting the bed sheets on, and when I'm on the fender and move around, it will buff out the fender, and it will prevent it from having more scratches. Today we're going to be working on the distributor, more specifically the points once this wax dries. But first we got to go shopping. We were given a box of parts when we purchased the Rockne. We have new spark plugs, have a radiator cap,
No. Distributor
cap, a new rotor, and some pins.
Go.
This seems dry enough. We're going to
Yeah.
cover up the fender here.
Leave it doubled up.
Leave it doubled. That work? So we're going to remove the cap here. And then we want to twist. Here's the rotor, and there's the points. The decision has been made that we are going to take off the distributor, so then when I drop screws, it will be easier to pick it up off the floor. You guys need to remind me that the rotor faces upwards, okay? The rotor faces up. Okay, so now we're gonna start unscrewing this. Next, we're going to take the power wire off. We already got this one through the hole, so we can throw that up there. So we're going to want I'm slipping. Okay, so we're going to want the smaller wrench and loosen it up. And we're not just going to want to loosen it up. We're going to want to take this one out all the way. Oh no. Oh, just enough. Okay, so the power wire is off. Okay, now we need to remove the mounting bolt. So we're going to want to go down here and there we go. Maybe not. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to grab where we removed the mounting bolt, and with the other hand over here, we're going to twist, wiggle, and pull. And it ain't coming off. No, it ain't. The distributor is justifiably stuck in the engine block. So we're gonna knock on its door. We're not gonna break it. So we're gonna see if it will come out here if we knock on its door. And it has. So we're gonna, like we said earlier, wiggle and pull. Do we whack it again? No, because we got progress. Okay, so we brought back the Break It Loose 3000 spray that Rock really loves. So we're gonna spray it right in this, right in here. We're gonna put the Break It Loose 3000 spray right there. So we got, okay. We have here is 1 1/2 sets of points. These are the same, and this is a point. We also have a red pill, which will give you grease. It's grease. So you're gonna get these little pegs that are on here off. So we're gonna grab this needle nose plier, and we're gonna pull it.
A little gentler.
Little gentler. Wait. And you said wiggle bit too.
There.
There we go. Twang.
Here we go.
This one right here is white, so it's not gonna have as good of a electrical connection, but this new one is nice and smooth and no white. So that is the one we were gonna want to put.
We call that oxidation.
Yes. We're gonna make a mental note of how big that gap is. So we're gonna use 15/64 size wrench for this one, and
Other way. Yep.
don't know. And we will remove the condenser by taking out this screw. And it's trying to get away from me. Okay, and now the condenser is off. We're gonna clean the distributor and try to reassemble it again. Gasket broke off. Quart gasket that was around here dried out and is gone now. So we drove around for several hours and we couldn't find a Rockne dealer anywhere. So we went to the local Napa and they found a rubber grommet and that fit over it. So this will work now. We're gonna reinstall the condenser using the same screw but a different condenser. And I want the screwdriver here. I'm gonna need a different hand. And this one we want as tight as possible, correct?
We want it tight
Okay.
so it won't come back out. That's probably good.
We got new points and we're gonna sand them. Usually you wouldn't sand new points, but these are NOS, new, old stock. And that means they could be 50 years old. So we are going to gently sand it. And that is probably enough. We sand the other point?
Yep.
Okay. So
Same thing. Hold it as flat as you can.
that one is a new one. So we're gonna screw in the first new point. Same.
Yep. You keep screwing it by hand. Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna put it on, right, and then we bend it back. But
And line that up. Push it back so you don't hurt the points.
can't see. Okay. And then. And it's curled.
There you go.
And we heard a snap. Okay, so these points are touching, and they should be while it's flat here. But when we come up on an edge, they should not touch. But as we can see, they do always touch. They are still touching. There does seem to be a bit of there. We're gonna want to screw this first point in to have a bigger gap. Now we're on the bump, right?
Other way.
We're on the bump, correct, Dad?
Yeah.
After consulting the service manual, we decided that it needs to be between 20 and 24 thousandths inches. So we have the feeler gauge set at 22. We're gonna want to clean it off, make sure there's nothing that will get in the way of the things. So if we put it at the gap, it goes through, but it's not too loose of a fit. You can feel it. So we're gonna hold the nut. Oh, and just turn it with the small one. Okay. Now that we tighten the jam nut, we're going to double check here. And it is still good. Okay, so now we're going to put it back in. What did y'all need to remember? What'd you say? Oh, right, yeah, the rotor goes up. So we're going to want this to turn up, correct?
Put it on there.
Like that. Supposed to go up.
You're not pointed straight up. There you go.
Let's just try screwdriver. Mr. Assistant, I'm gonna need that mounting bolt, and I'm gonna need a screwdriver. There we go. There's that.
It's not a screwdriver thing.
It's not. It's got a nice hole. That would be the big wrench.
Okay, don't tighten it.
Now we're gonna put the power wire and the condenser wire. I'm gonna need the nut that nut and washer. The washer goes at the end, not in between
Yes.
them. That. Okay, that's getting tightened. Any tighter? You wanna look?
Yep, that's good.
Here is the spark control cable. We started a screw in here. And we're gonna want to put this through the tiny hole in it. Ow.
Now, put this screw in.
And then that'll be there. Yep. Want tight?
That one should be tight.
Okay.
That's good.
We're gonna make sure this wire pushes this rod all the way down and then tighten up that screw. So now that the wire is all the way down,
Make sure the lever's all the way down.
release. This is how you set the ignition time on the Rockney. Next, we have the cap, and to make sure it is indexed properly, so where it has the nub, you want to put it on there. We'll install the coil wire, and that goes in the center of it all. There's no click, is there?
Nope.
Okay, good. We originally had Blue Crown spark plugs in this, but if you remember, which is way too cool, but if you remember, the sixth one broke off. So, but that's okay, because we have more in the parts box. But for now, if it fouls, then we will use these champions, which you can find in. The manual says to set it at 25 thousandths. So we're gonna put it on 20. Turn it 5. Like that.
Yep, exactly.
And then we're gonna take it off, and then
Screw it
the
in.
first one in. The history of this Pacific car started out when it was
bought for $50 in 1958 as a running driving car. This car was then brought to car shows and rallies for the next 10 years until the owner's son, Tom, picked it up as a 4-H restoration project in 1969. The car last ran in the early 1970s until we purchased it from the young man Tom, now 68, and the car was bought for more than $50. Buckley, I could use some help here. Subscribe if you want to be updated with new videos from me. It's completely free, and it's right down there, right by the like button. But even if you don't subscribe, you earned your gold star today.